Hi, this is Dr. Mark Goulston, and in this section we talk about the power of positive self-affirmations to turn your negative thinking into positive thinking.
Do you have a lot of inner critical thoughts? Like things like, do you ever look at yourself in the mirror and say negative things about yourself?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, so one of the things I learned in the hospitals I've been in, the psych wards I've been in, through clinicians and doctors, is that the inner critical voice comes from every negative, hurtful, spiteful thing that's ever been said or done to us. So every time we've been abused, neglected, or verbally, emotionally abused with words or hurt with words, it backbrains. It stays in like a pocket memory, if you imagine, in the brain, and it stays there for the rest of your life unless you retrain the brain. So what I do is every time I say a negative thought to myself, every time I say, "Oh, Kevin, you're such an idiot," I immediately reverse it with, "Kevin, no, you're a genius." When I say, "Kevin, you're useless," I say, "No, Kevin, you're very worthwhile." And when I say, "Kevin, you're ugly," "No, Kevin, you're beautiful." And I always end it, and this is by looking in the mirror and actually saying these things to yourself. When I really feel like a total, when I feel a burden and I feel like a piece of dirt on the ground, I say, "Kevin, you're a walking phenom." Because it retrains that inner critical voice with an inner positive voice and a positive affirmation. And over time, like a 21-day period, 21 days makes a habit. Over time, immediately upon hearing that inner critical voice, you retrain your brain to believe what you recite. Recite, repeat, believe. Think of it like this. Think of it like, the monks who do chants, right? In Buddhism, or Catholics who recite prayers, or spelling bee champions who learn words and memorize them. When you recite and you repeat, you then believe. You're retraining your brain to believe that you are worthwhile, valued, useful, important, that you matter, that you are crucial to the people around you, that you are beautiful, and that you find a way through the pain to have hope. And when you can find hope in the darkest of your hours, you can find purpose. And if you can find purpose, you can stay here. So I think, Reiko, every time you have a negative inner critical thought, every time you crush yourself with words, you need to reverse it immediately. Every time, no matter how you feel, literally. So that over time you go, "I got this, I believe in me, and I am who I'm supposed to be, and I'm perfect just as I am."
I will do that.
All right, deal.
I promise.
Done.
I will do that.
Good.
And when you feel gratitude towards your mom who saved you, or the people that believe in you when you don't believe in yourself, leaning into that gratitude, what I've discovered for me is I don't even remember what I was beating myself up about. So I love what you said, but as I said, for some people, there are some people where saying just the affirmation, to me, I think because at my core, I'm a we, I'm not an I, and imagining someone who loved me saying those things to me, I can accept it from them, I can't accept it from myself, and it works, to work,
I think you got a really great point there. Gratitude and resilience are two of the greatest leading factors in preventing suicide. So if you're grateful, I know, Mark, you are, but I have a saying that I'm grateful for every millisecond I get to walk and breathe on this planet, because it was almost gone. Every moment I get to share with people I love because I almost didn't get it. And every person I ever come into contact with, I appreciate to the 10th degree, because I almost didn't meet you. I almost didn't meet you. I almost didn't meet any of the crew here today, and the directors and the producers, because had I died, I wouldn't have had any of that. I wouldn't have met the love of my life, my wife, Margaret, and she wouldn't have changed my life more than anybody else in my life, and had I died. So this gratitude that I hold allows me to stay, because I'm literally grateful for this table, because someone built it and here we sit on it. Here our hands are on it and we can feel it, and the tree it came from, and appreciate the person that made it into a table in the first place so we could be here in these chairs in this studio. So if you hold gratitude, or a sense of gratitude that's so deep like that for everything that comes into your viewpoint, you can always fight the pain, because you're grateful for the pain, because it helps build you instead of destroy you.
That's so beautiful. You talk about everything that, even the tree that this table came from. After surviving through everything that you went, the fall, and then the surgery, the psyche ward and everything, did it change your perspectives about little things don't worry you anymore. Like you don't care about every little. Like
I don't sweat the small stuff.
yeah, I
But
thank you. That's what I was
on
trying
that
to
note, I also appreciate the small stuff. So like, you know, when I see, you know, when you walk down the street, have you ever seen like in the crack in the street or like this crack in the sidewalk? You ever seen a little?
Same,
You ever seen a little
I do,
daisy, a
yes.
little daisy
Oh,
pop
I
out of there?
talk about it all the time.
Like one little daisy in the crack of a sidewalk. And daisies, you know, a lot of people look at daisies, they think they're a useless flower, but like,
Weed or something.
like that flower just brightened my whole day. You know, like that
Oh, I'm
tiny
with you.
little guy sticking out of the street. You're just like, I appreciate that. Or you ever been in a situation where you're sitting down with friends and a butterfly literally lands on your arm? You know, it's those rare and specific moments that make me go, I love being here, and I appreciate every second.
I am so with you. After I was at the ledge, I was ready to go once, and my thought of my mother actually was what I was so close, and I said I cannot do it till my mother goes. That was my excuse. I said I can't do this to somebody who saved me, lost everything to save me. So after that, I can so relate. I really appreciate the simplest things in the world, and I think those are the most beautiful, meaningful things. That's what helps us to exist, to be grateful for what we have. It's easier said than done. It's very trite, but it is so true.
And the new friends we make for life, right? Mm-hmm. You know?
You know, what you're both saying reminds me of an exercise that I learned from another one of my mentors.
Okay.
And his name was Warren Bennis. And if you look him up, just as Dr. Schneidman was known for suicide, Warren Bennis was known for leadership. And one of the quotes he used to, or directives he used to give me is be a first-class noticer. Because noticing is different than looking, watching, and seeing. When you're looking, watching, and seeing, you're passive. But when you notice, you suddenly become curious. When you become curious, your mind is not constricted and rigid, and it gets you out of yourself. And I noticed the same thing you did when Kevin said, you know, this table, it was put together by craftsmen. When he said that, I started noticing the different panels, and there are people who put that together and people who are on that machine, and it was put together before they were replaced by machines, and there's a whole history to them. So, or when you notice the flower in the pavement, or you notice the butterfly, if as an exercise every day, people watching this can say, what is something that I can notice and be curious about? Even if you notice the font that you use on your computer, you just notice that. Oh, what is that? What is that about? It's a great exercise to get you out of yourself, because I think another thing that happens when you get really depressed or anxious or suicidal is you're constricted. You can't get out of it. But you can develop the noticing muscle.